Welcome to the fourth edition of the Virtual Beauty Carnival by Femina and Grazia. I'm Kashika Saxena, the digital editor of Femina, and I'm thrilled to welcome two of the most accomplished musicians of our time, Shilpa Rao and Jonita Gandhi, to talk to us about the importance of beauty in a performer's life. We'll also be touching upon how beauty in their hands becomes yet another art form through which they connect with their audience. Hailing from a family of musicians, Grammy-nominated singer Shilpa Rao embarked on her musical journey through Bollywood and Hindustani classical music. Shilpa is the voice behind iconic gems such as Javida Zindagi, Khuda Jaane, Man Marziyan, Bulaya, Kalank, and Ghungru, among many others. She has collaborated with talented musicians across genres, from Karsh Kale, Agni, and Noori to Anushka Shankar, and is the only Indian to perform at Pakistan Coke Studio and at Glastonbury Festival. Shilpa, welcome.
Thank you. Oh my God, that was really accurate. Thank you.
Jonita Gandhi began performing on stage at the age of 4 and has built an exciting career since then, spanning different genres and languages. Trained by the Conservatory of Music in Western Classical Singing, she has been instrumental in bridging the gap between the East and the West through her music. The voice behind hit numbers like the breakup song Chal Koi Na, 4 AM and Bach Ke Rehna, she released more than 8 new singles in 2021 alone. Welcome, Jonita.
Thank you so much. And hi, Shilpa.
Hello, hello.
Big fan,
hello,
big
hello.
fan.
Big fan too. AC, big AC.
Thank you so much for joining us today, both of you. I'd like to begin by asking what your relationship with beauty is like. How was it when you were growing up? And how has it evolved once you entered the music industry and it became a part of your job?
Who's going to start?
Shilpa?
Go for it. Go. Oh, I thought, okay. Okay, beauty in my home. Okay. So I grew up with both my grandmothers. They used to stay with us. And yeah, they were very hell-bent on having good hair and you know, like having healthy food, and because they felt that everything comes from there.
Right.
So as long as I can remember, my memory goes back. I just remember my grandmother putting a lot of coconut oil in my hair constantly, just to lay the groundwork for healthy living. I think my sense of beauty lies in that if you have a good healthy life, a healthy body, it derives from there. Because yeah, I just feel that if you're healthy from within, you would look beautiful. That's my idea of beauty, even as a child. Yeah. That's it.
And how has it evolved once you started performing, once you entered the industry? How did it change, that relationship?
Point is that people want to change you. They want to keep you in boxes because, you know, you don't make customized clothes for people. It's not cheap. You make clothes, you make shoes, you make commodities, and it's mass produced and people just buy it off them. But the point is that you need to kind of feel comfortable in your own skin and say, no, I don't want to look a certain way. I don't want to fit in a certain thing. And I want to look like myself, because I need that comfort space to perform, to sing. So when I'm on stage, I need to be in a place where I can use my hands like this. Right. If I don't have an outfit like that, then it gets a little difficult, because I jump all around the stage. I feel that's my expression of connecting with people. So yeah, I think my whole evolution of beauty lies between health and comfort.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonita?
My relationship with beauty has not been so strong. In the beginning, it wasn't, at least. Growing up, I did not really prioritize, at least outer beauty, as what they call it. I think I have a little bit of like a ugly duckling story. When I was in school, I used to get teased a lot. So I never really prioritized beauty as much.
Right.
Of course, with time, once I fell in love with music and, you know, the art of performance, beauty became a little more relevant in my life. I kind of never cared about it before, but then I started getting affected by what people were saying, and like not even just public, but like my family, my friends, my closest people actually would start suggesting, hey, maybe you should start getting your nails done. Maybe you should start wearing a little bit of lipstick when you're on stage. And then I realized, like, I really didn't care, to be honest, in the
Right.
beginning. And then I realized, okay, if I'm doing those things because it helps my confidence, because it makes me feel like I'm playing a certain role better, because a lot of our job as performers involves kind of, even though we're not actors, we're acting through our voices in a lot of
Right.
cases, right? As playback singers and as performers on stage. So I felt like if it helps me be more convinced of what I'm conveying, the message I'm giving out there, then I'm all for it. And that's how my relationship with beauty has evolved, and with outer beauty as such. But I think I've been very grounded, luckily, with my upbringing, and I've always known that beauty is on the inside, and that matters
Right.
more. Yeah.
Lovely. For many performers, the act of putting on makeup or their outfit is an important part of the ritual of preparing for a performance. Would you say that that's true for either of you?
It's important to, like I said, to feel like yourself,
Yeah.
because you're performing and you're on stage for 2 hours.
Right.
You cannot be in an uncomfortable place, because you're not just standing in one place, and you have to sing, you have to entertain, and then you have to make that connect, and yeah, also have fun, because
Right.
it's your show. I mean, you want to end the show and like go happy, go back happy. So that is something which I definitely feel, and I always have this thing in my mind. I always carry 2 outfits.
Okay.
What if at that point I don't feel like wearing this because I'm not feeling like it?
Oh, wow.
And I always pick the one that I'm feeling comfortable in.
Or
where
what if
I
you spill
can,
coffee on it before the show?
yeah, we do that. Like, let's do that. I love whites also.
Yeah.
Love
David.
whites. With yeah, since I think it's not just. I mean, sometimes our pictures are not because of what we're wearing or the makeup, but it's that instant moment that you make with a fan,
Right.
and that becomes such a precious photo.
Right.
And I think those are the moments that matter to me. Yeah, because I think it's happened to all of us. We started with like big heels and we come back to those sneakers, and it's so much cooler and more fun, because
More fun.
yeah, I mean I do my Bollywood shows, but I also do my ghazal shows where it's a different outfit altogether, and you're seated and you're singing. So yeah, I love to do both. And yeah, but comfort comes before, because my performance cannot take a back seat just because of the outfit or what I'm styling myself in. I would not compromise on the performance part. Yeah, never. No.
Okay. Jonita, how is it like for you?
Yeah, I really resonate with everything that Shilpa was saying. Comfort first. You need to feel like you're yourself. And so the act of putting on makeup, for me personally, it is an important part of the ritual, for sure. It has become that for me. But like she said, it's very case by case. It's very mood dependent. One day I will feel like wearing only eyeliner. One day I will feel like putting on false lashes.
Right.
You know, so it's literally catering to what you're feeling in the moment. And I think we're lucky that we have that flexibility. We also have the resources at our disposal, like whatever makeup we need. Also, some people enjoy the process of putting on makeup and some people don't, and that is also case by case. Like some days I really enjoy, like I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna take an hour to get ready. I'm just gonna aram se put on my makeup. And some days we don't even have that option. It's like 5-10 minutes. Okay, quick. So we have to rely always on our art, no matter what. Music, the beauty, whatever, the makeup, all of that, like Shilpa said, is always secondary.
Right.
It's never going to get in the way of what we're there to do. And I think that that's something that I think grounds us, and that's something that will be consistent and a constant for us throughout our career, no matter how our relationship with beauty changes, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But beauty can also be a very loaded term, because over the years we've been conditioned by society to view it a certain way. And then we sort of bend ourselves backwards, trying to fit into certain standards. You're also part of of an industry that places immense importance and value on looks and beauty. So how do you shield yourself from those insecurities and stereotypes? Jonita, you mentioned that you were bullied growing up, etc. So how does that sort of come into play?
So on that note, when I was growing up and I was bullied and everything, I think music was my solace. Like music was my escape from the material world or the physical world as such. I think that it's a very spiritual connection that I have with music, and I'm sure Shilpa does as well. It's one of those things that helps you remember what makes me want to be alive, you know? And so luckily for me, that's the one thing I always come back to, and that's what is really, really grounding again for me when I get trolled, or when I see those comments, or when I realize, okay, people are only here for my appearance, or people are not here because of my appearance, or whatever it is, right? So because I have that connect with music, I have struggled for sure, but I haven't struggled as much as maybe someone else might when it comes to putting emphasis on your physical appearance.
Right.
But it is difficult to be in the public eye. It is difficult to feel like everything you do has a reaction. Every look you put out there, it's like people feel like, okay, this is for me to judge. Like this has come to me for me to give my opinion.
Right.
It is very difficult, but I think with experience, with time, we're able to kind of turn a blind eye to the stuff that doesn't actually matter to us.
Right.
We're sorting through, and we're looking, that person said they connected with my delivery, with my lyrics, with the way I sang this song. So those things start popping out, and everything else just gets blurred out, like naturally.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Shilpa, what is it like for you?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it also depends on. Okay, I'm a very lazy person. I do not have thoughts per se in my mind when I wake up. I have one thought. I don't think that much about.
I'm so jealous.
About what. So my way of life is not a reaction based life.
Okay.
Whatever I do is not because of a reaction to something. I don't look at life like that. It's always an action. Okay, I want to do this, and this is what I believe in, and you know. So there are times when I'm sitting somewhere and I just thought of humming something, and I am not dressed up or ready, or there's absolutely no makeup on my face, and I just did a video because I felt for it, and I posted it, and those lyrics meant so much to me. It was हर एक बात पे कहते हो कि तुम हर एक बात पे कहते हो तुम कि तू क्या है, तुम ही कहो कि ये अंदाज़े गुफ्तगू क्या है. Means for everything you keep questioning who am I and what is my identity and all of that, and I really felt singing those lines, and actually there were so many fans that, you know what, it doesn't really matter what and we like that you did not put on makeup for this and you just sang it the way you did. So it's really important to not lose focus from your art form,
right?
Because there are millions of people around you, because they don't know better. They just know that you need to do this because that will get you to somewhere else, and you need to understand who do you listen to. Is that person saying this out of a good place, or is he giving you good advice from like, for example, a performance or recording? How did you sing? Did you sing well? And that's what is important at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean, you need to listen to someone, have those confidants or critics close to you, and hold them very, very strong, because they will really make you brilliant. You don't have to listen to everyone. You don't have to listen to everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
To that point, Shilpa, I wanted to ask you, the last few years have seen a lot of talk around inclusivity in beauty, where the industry is trying to do better in terms of catering to all skin colors and types. But this is a much more nuanced conversation, right? In terms of not just getting the right makeup, but the right makeup artist, the right lighting even, because otherwise fair skin tones are considered standard and everything is done according to that. So what has your experience been like? Have you actually seen any tangible shift?
In my house, it wasn't an issue. I mean, my brother and I, we were brought up with the whole fear and the only question that we would fear from our parents is, what did you do with your time all day? Did you study? Did you practice? Because that was the most important thing. Okay, we have to go out, get ready in 1 minute. There was no emphasis put on, are you dressed up well? Do you have a pimple? You're having a bad hair day? No. But if I would not practice that day, or mera riyaz agar ek hafte tak nahi hua hai, my father would, it's as if, you know, the whole world shifted. That was the pivot, the fulcrum of our lives.
Right.
And I am so happy that we had that kind of a childhood where it was not necessary to the only makeup I knew was make up your mind. That was, I think that is still the best form of makeup for me.
Right.
Make up your mind, make your mind so strong. I mean, yeah, now everyone wants to look like a Rihanna or a Beyonce or a Scarlett Johansson or a Salma Hayek. You really think they just became that? No. They transformed their own sense of beauty into the mainstream. It's the opposite. So I think I believe in one thing, that you make your work and yourself so brilliant that everything about you gets beautiful, and that's what I feel about women, especially women, because there is so much attached to us. You have uncomfortable heels, you have heavy eyelashes, you have so much. But you know, a strong woman, I think, transcends beyond that. Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Jonita, this is for you. You started out very young, and then you also started out on the internet very young. You were performing for an internet audience who were looking at you as well as listening to you at the same time. Did that make you pay more attention to both the music and the visual aspect of performing? I know you touched upon it briefly earlier. And also, I mean, unfortunately, on the internet, you tend to get a lot of feedback, whether that is negative or positive. So could you talk us through that a little bit?
I do think that earlier on, relative maybe to other people, I did start paying attention to the visual aspect because I was making these cover videos and posting things on YouTube. And naturally, my voice was getting attached to my face. And I think that was a very conscious decision. Once I realized the power of, you know, connecting to people, not just on an audio basis, but also visually. When people can see who's singing, you know, they feel like they can relate to you more, and they can see how you feel when you're singing, all that kind of thing. So beauty wise, again, it was a very slow and gradual process. I did start to see myself differently once I started reading comments. I remember like, even now though, like, we are all our own worst critics, right? So we'll never love the way we look or the way we sound. Even we're always going to look for, okay, wait, this could be better, this could be better. So I do think it's a journey, and it's just a matter of, again, weeding through the feedback and seeing how you feel and how the people who matter feel, because like you said, like, it's like unsolicited feedback from people who
absolutely
don't know you, don't know what you've gone through to get where you are, don't know anything really about you. So yeah, I do think though I've made more of a conscious effort over the years to kind of stay realistic about what I want to look like, what I want to sound like, how I want them to blend together on screen, what I want the look to be. But yeah, being on YouTube has definitely helped me figure that out.
Right. So stage makeup is very different from regular makeup or even what you would wear at events. when you're preparing for a stage performance, how involved are you in deciding what your look is going to be? Do you go in with a specific vision in mind about hair, makeup, clothes? And what are the factors that go into this sort of decision making for the both of you?
I think it's very important that you actually pick something according to the event. Sometimes
Right.
you don't have the time, so you have to kind of do. But then I mean, we all, if given time, we would do a very informed decision on anything. It's really amazing to, in fact, because of this, there's one good thing about the whole aspect of dressing up on a red carpet brings with it is one thing that maybe you want to like kind of give out a statement. Okay, I'm going to dress up like this, for tonight,
Yeah.
and I'm going to chill. And the best thing that has come out of that is I've made some very, very good friends who I mean, I'm lucky to have them as friends who are designers, who create beautiful art. And it's great to sit down and have a chat with them and to see their perspective of art. Because after a point, once you've done music that much, I think you get inspired by other forms of art too. It's not
Right.
just music inspires music. Food can inspire music. Architecture can inspire music.
Absolutely.
And of course, an artist who's a designer can inspire music too.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's great to sit down with them. And sometimes, like, I mean, there's some friends that I have who create their own brands, and it's lovely to sit down and actually curate something. Okay, let's do something like this, and this is the message I want to put out. Yeah, man, we should do this. So I hope in the time to come, I can put out my thoughts on my clothes.
Right.
I think that would be something more purposeful to dress up for the red carpet. Yeah.
Sounds
yeah.
amazing. Jonita?
Like Shilpa said, there's a lot of overlap in the arts, I think. We are artists, we are performers, musicians, but we also can express ourselves using other art forms. And I think the more we discover that, the more we want to take charge and use those as kind of tools to convey.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, as an artist, whether you're a dancer, a singer, painter, whatever you are, you're trying to convey a message, right? And so I think whatever we can do as artists consciously to help convey that message,
Right.
we definitely want to do. So it is a conscious decision. I would say more so for like our music videos, maybe than because those are like forms of or pieces of content that kind of live forever, right?
Right.
So I think Shilpa would agree. Like we are very conscious about, okay, if I'm singing this song about this, I want my image in the video or my brand in the video or whatever I'm wearing, my styling to help convey that. So even like people ask me, for instance, this is not relevant really to what you asked, but people ask me all the time, like, oh, like, what do you think about acting? Like, how do you feel about singers acting? Or how do you feel about actors singing? And I'm always like, listen, like, I think it's not so rigid. Like all these art forms are not mutually exclusive. Also, doing makeup is an art. Like applying makeup is definitely an art. Designing clothes, wearing clothes, all of that is all part of it. And I think that, like I said, if we can mobilize all of those things to help us convey something, that's so beautiful, and we definitely should. And I think we definitely try to do that. Yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Okay, finally, I wanted to ask, a lot of people developed a deeper relationship with beauty, skincare, makeup in the pandemic, where it almost took on the role of like the number one skincare, self-care item for them. Did that happen with either one of you?
I think the one thing that the pandemic has taught us is that taking care of our health is a lifelong process. It should not be only for the pandemic.
Right.
So like my first answer when I started off was how my grandmothers looked at life. It should be a wholesome life. It's not just about work. It is extremely, that's one learning that all of us must understand. It's not just about work. Yeah. Work is a part of your life.
Right.
The only thing that I pray for, which is not in my hands, is please let me have good health. If I have that, I can accomplish anything I want. So having your health in place is, I think, the most important thing you can do for yourself. And it's an everyday process.
Yeah.
So please make that of the most important routines in your life.
Self-care item. Yeah.
You might call whatever. I mean, your basic having good food, sleeping well. Please sleep. Not looking at the clock or the alarm. Please sleep well. Have great dreams. Once you get up, make those dreams reality and work hard. But make that time to spend with your family. Take that day off and spend it with your friends. Take that vacation. It's important to do these things. And when you're on vacation, please eat up well, put on that weight, and then it's okay. It's all going to get balanced off. So don't take this so seriously. I really want to say this to people that what you look keeps changing. And what really matters is if you look into the mirror and ask yourself, am I happy today? And that is the only question that should matter. So all the girls out there, all the guys out there, all the gender neutral people out there, the only thing I would say is that sleep well, eat well, be happy, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and you know what, it all evens out. Focus on your work. Work well, because that's going to take you to places. Your mind will take you everywhere, wherever you want. So be happy here. That's all.
That's a great thought. Jonita, what about you?
I think during the pandemic, similarly, like I instead of prioritizing skincare as such, I think I prioritized my own happiness and my health, as Shilpa was saying. I think beauty is a holistic thing. It's not, you can't define it by, bringing it down to just skincare or makeup and perfecting skills that way. It's definitely like how much you sleep, how much you prioritize sleep. These are big things that it's obvious, like these are things you think are obvious, but then once you have the time, which I think a lot of us did in the pandemic, to kind of evaluate and reprioritize things in your life, you start realizing, no, I'm actually not prioritizing drinking water. It's something we know we're supposed to do.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, and that's something that like gives you benefits in so many ways, and all of those ways, it's not just skin, right? It's every organ in your body will benefit from it. Not just that, your mindset. I realized I had really insane anxiety during the pandemic. We were all, I think, in a similar boat where there was so much uncertainty. And I think for me to prioritize my mental health, for me to prioritize my physical health, all of that has made me more beautiful, I would say. And I think that's what makes all of us more beautiful. Then only can you, like Shilpa was saying, like once you're healthy, then only you okay, now I'm going to work harder. I'm going to do more riyaz. I'm going to plan my look better. Like all those things are secondary, right? So I think like as long as people remember that beauty is holistic and beauty is only skin deep. So you should remember, keeping yourself happy and healthy is the first step. And then everything else falls into place. Then we're all sorted.
Lovely. That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much, both of you, for such a lovely conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you.